Hi, welcome to Magoos Corner. I'm your host Trev, unfortunately on my own for this week. So let's have a look at the round 3 results for Division 4 Reserve. So the first game this week was Westminster Old Scholars hosting Hope Valley at Glandore Oval, and it was 5-14-44 going down to Hope Valley 10-8-68. So obviously the weather's played a little bit of part in some of the scores this week. It might have been a different result, but let's have a look at the goal scorers and best players for Westminster. And it was Bund with a couple, Gormley with 2 and Riccardi with 1. McInerney, Ryan, Harris, Riccardi and Jackson were the best players. And for Hope Valley, Vozzo, Pepper with 3 each, Salvanera with 2, Gower and Shepperton. And the best players were Foster, Pepper, Salvanera, Shepperton and Gower were best players. Now looking at the next game, North Haven and Edwardstown. Now this one was a little bit of an unknown, with Edwardstown coming into the competition, or coming back into the competition from the Southern Football League and for 8 or 10 years I think it was. So it was just something that we're going a little bit awry. It was at Largs North Reserve, so you would hope that North Haven were able to do a little bit more, but to what I have been advised, that they just wasn't a good show. Again, inaccuracy in front of the big stick, 6-13-49 to Edwardstown, 8-12-60. So 11 points. Could have been a different story either way, but Edwardstown get their win on the board. So we'll have a look at North Haven's goal scorers, which was Mars with 2, Trent Colby still going with 2, Ellis and Seacamp, and the best players were Brahm, Mars, Smith, Ellis and Lawrence. And looking forward to the Townies, it was Davis with 3, Grosvenor with a couple, Baker, Phyllis and May, and the best players were Richardson, May, Milicevic, Sulawa and Burford for Edwardstown. So this is going to be another one where we're just not going to know what they're about, who they are, until we get later on down the year, then we can gauge it a little bit better. So I'll be looking forward to somebody, hopefully from Edwardstown, being able to take the time out and come down to the filming of Magoos Corner for 1 week, so we can get introduced to the club itself, and find out a little bit more about you guys, of who you are, what you're about, and what your expectations of the season are. So it'd be good if you can get in touch with the producer and get that organised. We'll move on to the next game, which was Paraka hosting Kenilworth at Lindbom Park, and Paraka 9-11-65 to 4-7-31 Kenilworth. Tough one. I think I picked Paraka on this one. I'll have to go back over the tapes. But the goal scorers were Minshaw with 3, Hay with 2, Harrison, Illuminato, Maladi and Glenn with 1 each. Maladi, Travis, Hay, Harrison and Hartley were the best players. So nice work. And Kenilworth, Diamondopoulos with 2, Mabley and Hoffmeyer was 1 each. Best players were Beta, Hendry, Matashik, Eckerman and Diamondopoulos. So I'm glad I practiced those ones before we started filming, because that could have been horrendous. So nice win there for Paraka. And the next game out at Salisbury Oval, Salisbury 13-13-91 to Eastern Park 4-5-29. A grade going a little bit better, Eastern Park, but Salisbury just still going on their merry way from last year. Hoffman with 3, also Timperin with 3, Russo with 2, Knox, Pryor, Sattler, Harrison and Brown with 1 each. And the best players for Salisbury were Decree, Herman, Knox, Damasi and Gray. And for Eastern Park, Aegis and Banks with 2 each. Best players were Steen, Aegis, Pavlovich, Howie and Brooks. So looking at the next week's games, we have out at Colonel Light Gardens obviously had the bye for this week, so we're looking at next week's game, which being the Anzac Day weekend. So it'd be great to see what everybody does and get feedback on how they conduct themselves on the Anzac Day weekend, with what you have done with the last post and so on. So out at Dwight Reserve we have Eastern Park versus Paraka. I think based on last week's form, I think Paraka are going to be far too strong there. Edwardstown and Salisbury. Now I'm going to call this one as match of the round. Again, because Edwardstown being that unknown, and Salisbury doing extremely well. For me, at Edwardstown Oval, being a home game, and Edwardstown and their A grade doing well as well, I think Edwardstown will get the job done over Salisbury. Quite a fair hike too to play football from Salisbury to Edwardstown. Colonel Light Gardens host North Haven at Mortlock Park. I think after last week, I think there might be a few changes, because there's a little bit of worry happening at North Haven at the moment with the calibre and the talent that they have in their A grade, and it hasn't quite gelled at the moment yet. So for me, there's a danger for their A grade going 1 and 3, but I think there'll be a few changes made. Still I think North Haven will get the job done. I think they'll be a little bit stronger with some of the names that they've got in their side of the twos. Kenilworth and Westminster at St Mary's Park. Westminster easily, and Hope Valley have the bye. So I'm not sure what a few people are going to do when they got the bye, maybe sit down and eat. So that's all we have time for Division 4 reserves this week. Make sure you subscribe to the SA Footballer magazine. Have a chat with the producer about having the games called live at your Oval, and we'll catch you again next week.